Mais alto.
Religion is a kind of object that makes people
Right.
Considering this thought, what do you define Buddhism?
Define
Buddhism?
Buddhism?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a word, neutral. Neutrality. The Buddhist position is one of neutrality. So by what that means, the religion's the opiate of the people, that idea. So then I guess Buddhism would just be kind of like nodding, you know, just like dozing a little bit. Not, you know, but I don't accept his analysis, right? Because someone pointed out also, and what's the inverse? Is, you know, opium becomes the religion of the people, right? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's the inverse. So what's the truth of the matter is, what is reality? Forget, why do we have to always look to the most ignorant people imaginable and then base our systems, aspirations on because there's some ignorant jerk somewhere who doesn't get it, right? So our focus, we'll just absorb ourselves in the energy of ignorant people, right? Why should, you can understand when someone is obsessed to that degree, it's a reaction, it's the position of a reactionary in the sense of being a reaction to something they dislike, rather than focusing on substantially what is reality. Right? You think religion's the opiate of the people. Okay, the mass is ass. I get it. We already dealt with that. Right? The mass is ass. Right? It's another way, really, of saying vox populi is not vox dei. Let's throw that in the mix too. So then these ignorant people for whom religion is the opiate, if we introduce multicultural, pluralistic democracy, they turn into geniuses? What are these ignorant people under your beautiful multicultural, pluralistic democracy, what are they going to create? Right? So then we have, you know, American pop consumer culture. Every website in the world is plastered with the latest information about Britney Spears and people like that. This is the genius of democracy. Right? This is what we have to offer to the world, something really substantial, as opposed to like a God concept. Right? Or the better ones, we say, well, Richard Rorty says, you know, Henry James is God. So let's all bow down to Henry James. I mean, he's a good writer, right? But is he a substitute for God? Not my book. Then you might say, which one of your books? And then you'd have them.
You told the story about that loving mother that...
Yes, right. How love suppresses defects. That was the idea. Blemishes. No, see, but wait, no, this is the point. What is objective is not real in any lasting sense. This is where the confusion comes in. You say, oh, he's blind. Really, he's blind, right? That's objectively speaking. But to diminish his existence on the basis of the substance of who he is on the basis of some objective criteria is wrong and unloving and insensitive. That's the idea. Whereas from a subjective point of view, love can manage these things. Love can harmonize. See, on an objective plane, we won't find peace or harmony. There's a yoga for peace thing going on in the park right now, and if we all believe, you know, like, it's not going to happen. Never happened, not happening now, not going to happen, because there's a conflict of interest. That's the problem. We can say all these nice platitudes about loving everyone and peace and harmony, but the problem is we're in the world of exploitation. where one living being lives at the expense of another. You thrive here by exploiting others. Let's spell it out what it is. And don't try and sugarcoat it by calling it, democracy or, this type of market capitalism. It's about exploitation. That's how you live here. So in the world of exploitation, to talk about peace is silly. It's foolish. Never has been, isn't at present, and won't be in the future. So then, what can you do? Individually, you can do something. Right? There's a Vedic saying, Apmavan Manyatejaga, understand the world by understanding yourself. In the Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, what can you do? Tolerate. Don't try and correct the world, try and correct yourself. Take all this analytical tendency and fault-finding tendency and apply it to yourself, and you'll make progress. As long as we're going to complain about the environment, other people, systems, we're going to be in the same situation.
So you say if you try to correct yourself, you will change society. Is this the
no, at least that's the most you can do. Right? And that'll have a good influence upon others if they choose to appreciate that. It's not like there haven't been any good people up to this point. Good intention, good-hearted souls, want good things. Why is the world still the way it is?
Yes.
Because this is the world of exploitation. It's a scientific fact. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It can't be airbrushed out, photoshopped away, or by wishful thinking vanish. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That means everything, not just physical action, speech, thinking, talk, inner relationships. So we can't now simply ignore everything we've done up to this point because we're anticipating the negative effects of karmic reactions. So people say, put it in a phrase. Someone wrote a book called, "Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People?" And let's just cut to the chase here. Right? Why do bad things happen to good people? There's a one-word answer to this question: karma. That's why. So it means they've done nothing observable that warrants this type of reaction. Well, then maybe in the past, and it's a scientific fact, it's a reaction to some former, maybe a former life. Oh, you mean then we have to embrace the concept of reincarnation too? Then it becomes sensible or tenable.